talking about. I've been getting off like holiday and put some paper out. Comparing bank accounts, you and V say my name, we ain't worth the same amount. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and get sticky in it. Better find a mop and getting sticky in it.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, you the only father that I ever knew. I get my pregnant, I'ma be a better you. Prophecies that I made way back in the field. Fulfill, listen, even back when we was broke, my team here. Martin Luther King would have been on Dreamville, talk to him. One time for my LA sisters, one time for my LA ladies who can't tell the difference. One time for it, who knows? Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. 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 No role models and I'm here right now. No role models to speak up. Searching through my memory, I couldn't find one. Last night I was getting my feet rubbed by the baddest. Not Trina, but I swear to God it's me. Make you call your girl up and tell her, hey, what's good? Sorry, I'm never coming home, I'ma stay for good. They hang the phone up and proceed to lay the wood. I came fast like 911 in white neighborhoods. Ain't got no shame about it. She think I'm spoiled and I'm rich cause I can have any. Got defensive and said, nah, I was the same without it. But then I thought back to a better me. Before I was a B-list celebrity. Before I started calling it so heavily. Back when you could get a platinum plaque without no melody. You wasn't sweating me. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA ladies who can't tell the difference. One time for it, who knows? Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. 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 I want a real love, dark skin and viv love. That jada and that real love. That leave a toothbrush at your crib love. And you ain't gotta wonder whether that's your kid love. Nigga, I don't want no from reality shows. Out of touch with reality. And out in Hollywood, bringing back 5 or 6 6. Come then we kick him to the door. You know how it goes. She deserved that. She a bird, it's a bird trap. You think if I didn't rap, she would flirt back. Taking off her skirt, let her wear my shirt before she leave. I'ma need my shirt back. You know how it goes. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA ladies who can't tell the difference. One time for it, who knows? Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, can't get fooled again.
Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you. My only regret was too young for Lisa Bonet. My only regret was too young for me alone. Now all I'm left with is from reality shows, hand of a script, probably couldn't read alone. My only regret was too young for Shawty to do. My
popsicle.
Pop, pop, pop. Yada,
Pop,
yada,
pop,
yada.
pop.
Patros, everything sounds good. Maybe just fill it out. It's a little easy Google form. Alrighty, folks. Hello and welcome to our apologies to our AA matchup featuring the Algonquin Wolves and the Seneca Sting. I'm Lucas Gallen on play-by-play, and with me in the booth on color,
Owen O'Kelly. How are you doing, Lucas?
Pretty tired. I've had a long week.
Yeah.
I played hockey on Tuesday, played goalie.
Okay.
0-2,
Right
but
on.
shattered me completely.
Yeah.
Not
Nice.
built for the sports world. That's why I'm up here.
That's why we're up here. That's why we're behind the bench, giving, bringing the action to you guys at home. Absolutely.
Bringing the action.
Definitely been a long week for us. Last game of the year here in the Jack Doyle Athletics Recreation Center at our beautiful Algonquin College, watching the Wolves take on the Seneca Sting today. Lucas, how are we feeling about today's game?
This is going to be a big game for the, everybody's saying the Big 25.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what abbreviation they're going to use for 2026. They can't just copy what they use every year, right?
They can't just do Big 26. That would be so lazy.
It's going to be the year of the Wolves for 2026 here. Our women's team has been playing very well so far this year. They're on a 4-2 record with a 1 streak coming into today.
Yeah.
I know the last time I was in the booth was when they were playing Georgian. That was a really close game, 58-53, with the massive points being scored in that last quarter.
As we saw. No, that was a terrific game. It was great to be here watching it, witnessing it. It's great to see how the Wolves are going to come back for it today, especially up against the Sting. A very exciting women's game we'll have here, because Algonquin currently number 3 in the East Division, and Seneca placed number 2. So if Algonquin and the Wolves are able to pull together today and come home with a W, they may see themselves just move up in the roster, and that would be good for them.
Good eating. You know, some may say that they're the underdogs, the underwolves.
The underwolves, as we've been calling them, absolutely.
The underwolves of this match, but both teams incredibly strong. Seneca coming in here with a 5-1 record, with their 1 loss going with Loyalist, winning their previous matches on the 21st at Georgian, 82-49, absolutely mopping Georgian.
Completely wiping the floor with them, Lucas, and that's, showing why they are the strong team. Seneca's got great teams all around. Like, we've seen the Sting come here and absolutely put up a fight against both our teams, both women's and men's teams. We've seen them in basketball, we've seen them in soccer as well, taking home the great championship, almost robbing it, as some would say, from our beloved Wolves when we hosted the finals not too long ago. God, feels so long ago, though, doesn't it, Lucas?
Yeah, it does, when we were out in the freezing cold, suffering.
Suffering out there for
the folks at home,
folks at home. So we hope to get a Christmas card or two from our special viewers today, if you've already joined us for the pregame.
What about our special commentator?
Special commentator.
I want a Christmas card.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas card, what's on your Christmas wish list for this match right here? What are you hoping to see from the Wolves? What are you hoping to see from the Sting?
I think my Christmas wish list is I want the Wolves to get their layup game on point. I really want them to find those lanes early in the game and secure them, and really make it make themselves a pain for Seneca. I really hope Seneca's able to, not predict where they're able to move. I hope the Wolves are able to, like I said, open up those lanes, and Seneca will have a hard time closing them down. I'm hoping to see a lot of those. Basketball game, it's got to be a good one with some three-pointers in there. We've got some great key players with some crazy three-point percentages, but also some free throw percentages. Hope to see, as we always hope for a clean game, but we could probably expect some fouls to come in here and there, and that's when the free throws come in. We've got strong players with some pretty high free throw percentages here, so I'd be willing to bet Algonquin could take that if that's the way the game goes today.
We always say this, we're a broken record. The first half, maybe not even the first half, the first three quarters, you're just feeling each other out. So if a lead doesn't develop for Seneca, I believe the Wolves can easily get this locked in here. Because, again, with Georgian, they scored I don't know how many three-pointers in that last, 10-minute section that we had.
Truly.
Very insane plays coming in from the woman, very strong team, repping the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't have my pink shirt, my little Moodang shirt with me today. I'm wearing thought I was going to be on cam, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it will be a good one, folks. We'll be getting to O Canada soon enough, and we'll be right back with me, Owen O'Kelly, doing your color commentary, joined by the bold, the brave, and the beautiful
Lucas Gallen, folks. We'll be right back right after O Canada. Don't go anywhere.
I need a casket. We got more strikes in the rough, we foul temper. In the middle of the field, like David Beckham. All my niggas locked up for real, I'm trying to help them. When I got out here, got me the chills, I know what happened. Check in, what you feel, I'm on this, I'm in. I'm more like a Daffy, I'm nothing weapon. I'm more like a David for life, running.
Welcome to the Jack Doyle Athletic and Recreation Center for tonight's third annual Shoot for the Cure doubleheader between the Seneca Sting and your Algonquin Wolves. Our women's basketball team is raising money in support of breast cancer Canada. If you want to help them reach their fundraising goal, visit the table near the entrance or check the QR code on the pillars to make sure you're able to make your donation. Thank you in advance and for your generosity. We would like to remind everyone that your attendance at this event entitles you to enjoy athletics in an educational setting. We ask you please show your sportsmanship by positively encouraging the student athletes, respecting the decisions of the coaches and officials, and being considerate of other spectators. At this time, the Algonquin Student Association acknowledges that today's game is taking place on the traditional unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin people. Now, if you're able, please rise and move your hats and join us in welcoming Algonquin College music industry artist, student Ray, for singing this national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land,
And now let's meet the starters for the Seneca Sting. Starting for the Sting number 2, Algonquin. Starting for the Sting number 3, Shami Husky. Starting for the Sting number 8, Jake Dominic Pierre.
Welcome back, Wolves fans, for our OCAA matchup, featuring, of course, the Algonquin Wolves versus the Seneca Sting here in the Jack Doyle Center at Algonquin. I'm Lucas Gallen, your play-by-play. With me in the booth, the one, the only, the Ginger.
The Owen O'Kelly.
Had to put that last one in there. I don't have hatred towards Ginger, just got to point it out.
You always have to put it in there. That's all right. We like to be known. As you said, there's no camera on us, so how can the audience?
I got to describe you, right?
There's no way to differentiate me between myself and Seth. So there's really there's no way to do it. But
I was 7'5", 100 pounds. You know, goes to the gym every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Swole. All of his muscles. You know, it's 100 pounds of muscle on him.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. Coming in with the starting lineup here for the Seneca Sting with number 2, Elia Ilawi, with number 3, Shameen Brown Huskick, number 8, Jane Dominic Pierre, number 11, Tiana Leverage, number 14, Samantha Mendoza Piers. One more time, starting lineup for your Seneca. Number 2, Ari Ilawi, number 3, Shameen Brown Huskick, number 8, Jade Dominic Pierre, 11, Tiana Leverage, and number 14, Samantha Mendoza Piers. Starting lineup for your Wolves, number 8, Leah Hurst, number 9, Allison Stevenson, number 12, Sienna Miller, number 15, Chloe Coggin, and number 22, Taryn Mitchell. One more time off the top, number 8, Leah Hurst, number 9, Allison Stevenson, number 12, Sienna Miller, number 15, Chloe Coggin, and 22, Taryn Mitchell. We're getting our jump ball coming up here. Wolves in the white uniform, the Sting in the red. Very exciting here, Owen. We're about to start off. Wolves going left to right, Seneca right to left.
This will show off our evening and determine our mood for the following week.
Jump ball gets won by Algonquin, but it's caught by Seneca. Number 3 to 14, 14 off to 11, going in for the kill. That's Leverage. But it gets knocked out from the Wolves. That's number 15, Coggin. 14, Mendoza. Be leading this throw-in here. So far, starting the match off strong. Shooting for 3 this early, but unable to make it. Gets caught by the Wolves off to number 12, Miller.
And you know Seneca wanted to really make it sting, if you can forgive the pun.
Were you thinking about that one when you were gone?
Well, you know, they really wanted to get that one as they got the first three-pointer of the game.
Miller drops to the ground, turning the ball over, but ultimately gets thrown out here by number 3, Brown Huskick. It's going to be number 22 on the Wolves, Mitchell. Star player Taryn Mitchell here, a very strong player of this match. Looking forward to see what she does. Miller holding it in the center, off to Mitchell. Mitchell passing it off to number 9, Stevenson. Stevenson back to Mitchell. Off to Stevenson. Stevenson shoots for 3 and sinks it.
An incredible way. You know, the Sting wanted that. The Sting wanted to start with the 3, but no, it's going to be the Wolves for today.
Just rubbing it in their face.
Sorry, Seneca.
Maintain the lead here. Number 2 on Seneca. Tries to go for a layup, but gets bumped out by the Wolves. Wolves maintaining possession up to number 22, Mitchell. Mitchell on the right side. Close wings here, getting blocked by 2 players, but passes off to 15 in the key, shoots it, and for 2. Coggin.
You got to know, why are there 2 people? There's 2 men on I can't make a move, and there's my teammate, and they'll put it up for 2.
Yeah, you know, if you do the math, if there's 2 people on me, that means somebody on my team's got to be open.
That means somebody's open.
In the key here, Seneca, but it's going to be a call here. Not too sure what kind of call. It may have been traveling.
Looked like it could have been double dribble, but not too sure, Lucas.
Getting a plus sign. Somebody know referee magic here. It's going to be a throw-in. Call was made against our Wolves. Setting up for the throw-in. Throw-in is up, trying to go for a layup. Does not go in for the Seneca Sting.
It'll be a free throw for the Seneca Sting. Number 3, Shameen Brown-Huskick.
Maybe Husky. Going for the free throw here. First shot is up. Sinks it. I noticed earlier they were all practicing their free throws here, and it will rock solid. Right now, score is 5-1 for the Wolves. Might be 5-2. There we go.
Well, as they say, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes permanent. Miller running the ball up. Getting one player, flagging her. Got 2 on her now. Like we said before, if there's 2 on you, math makes out. One person's open. Number 15 holding the ball, Coggin, but it gets bumped out. Miller trying to force that ball out of number 8's hand, Dominic Pierre, but unable to get it. Passing off back to Dominic. Running it in the key, trying to get a layup, and sinks it in. Nice little around the rim.
A little bit of chaotic offense, but it seems to be working for the Sting.
Number 22, Mitchell, passing off to the far wing, but goes right into the key off to number 8. Shoots it and almost makes it in, but it gets bumped out. Sting ball once more. It's going to be number 3, Brown-Huskick. Huskick shoots for 3, unable to make it, but we get caught by the Sting. Goes for a layup, but unable to make that. Mitchell ultimately gets it for the Wolves, running it down 1v1. One player on her right, but chooses to slow down. In the key, passes it off to number 8, shoots for 3, Hurst. Unable to sink it.
The Sting really working for these rebounds. Algonquin better catch up if they don't want to tire themselves out.
Speaking of rebound and tiring, we got a one-on-one situation there. Gets lost. Miller unable to block her man. Number 22, close wing, Mitchell moving up into the key and just shoots it in. Nice and smooth. That's how you do it.
Some nice smooth play by Taryn Mitchell, one of the key players of this team.
Key players. I'd say one of the strongest players on their team in general.
No doubt about it.
Sting holding the ball. It's going to be number 14 running it in, and Mendoza. Mendoza passing off to the far wings, getting blocked. Shoots for 3, number 14, unable to sink it in. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, had to do something.
And that's a traveling call against the Wolves. It'll be a throw in for Seneca.
Throw in. Very unfortunate. So far, most of the fouls have been coming from our Wolves here. 7-5. Throw in's good. It's off to number 3. Number 3 off to number 2. Number 2, Eloy. Shoots for 3, unable to make it. Last touch by Seneca, hits it off of number 9's leg, and that's going to be another opportunity here for Seneca. Very unfortunate.
You saw there was no reaction there. Number 9 could have caught that and kept it in play, but they had already decided, you could tell from her body language that it was already out of play. It was not the case.
It's not the case indeed. We're getting a little bit of the officials are speaking to each other here, but everything is going to move smoothly. Mitchell will be blocking the throw-in player here, marking her man. Would be woman. Getting the ball moving into the key. Seneca Sting. 14 trying to pass it off, but gets caught by 9. Hits the leg. But a run in.
That could have been a great interception from number 9 on the Wolves.
Very unfortunate. Moving number 22, Mitchell passing it off. Shoots for 3. Unable to sink it. But it's still caught by the Wolves. Last touch by Mitchell.
We're just barely 4 minutes in the first game, Lucas. I'm noticing a lot of attempts at three-pointers today. It looks like both teams are really going for that style. They know it's the last game of the calendar year. They want to maybe go out with a bang. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that, the rest of the year they're going to use for training and analyzing these matches here, Owen. Again, Seneca ball here, number 14, Mendoza trying to run it into the key, passing it off to a player, but gets caught by Mitchell, shoots for a layup, but unable to make it.
That's unfortunate because that was a very good pass.
It was a very good pass. Speaking of pass, Miller gets it caught. Number 9 trying to mark her man. Passing it off to number 8 here, Dominic. Off to 14, 14 off to the wings. Number 3, Huskick. Huskick tries to get a layup, unable to make it, but it gets caught again. That's just unfortunate to see.
Seneca now takes the lead, 9-7, and that's exactly why these rebounds are so critical, Lucas.
Oh my Lord, fumbling the ball. That's number 12 on the Wolves, Miller. dribbling a little bit too low. We're getting substitutions coming in here. Number 3, Huskick. Brown Huskick subbing off for Seneca. Number 4 will be on. That is Arcilla. Or Arcilla. Throw in for the Wolves. Throw-ins up to number 5 on the 3 line. Moving it into the key. Getting blocked by one player. Shoots for the layup, but it gets blocked. Caught by 15. Another shot, but it does not go in. Number 15, Coggin.
Got to hustle for the rebound.
In the key here, almost shooting for 3. Number 14, holding the ball, shoots it in. That's going to be another point for Seneca. 11-7 for Seneca. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. 22, Mitchell. Off to 15, in the key. Off to 14, McNarma.
Some decent coordination we see here from the Wolves as they find that outlier, or that outlet rather. And it leads to a nice, easy throw-in for them.
Just liking the openings being identified and used here. Mitchell being blocked in the key, shoots for 2, unable to make it, and gets caught by number 4, the new hot off the bench, Arcilla. Far wings here, number 14 passing it off to number 11. Number 11 passing it to the close wings, number 2 off to number 4, Arcilla. Tries to pass it, chest pass it, but to number 2, but she trips on it and throws it out. Eloy.
I can see the makings of the great team, the Seneca Sting here tonight, Lucas, but I'm noticing a lack of communication that's unfortunately deterring them from any points tonight.
Mitchell running the ball down. Far wings here. Just makes it into the key. No contest. Caught by number 6, but whistle's blown.
That was a really good play there as she kind of snuck into the key, really kind of played her defenders for chumps. And now it's going to lead to, I believe, 2 free throws for number 6 for the Wolves.
We also have substitutions coming in. I believe number 8 is on the field here, Hurst. Great free throw. 11-8. Quiet is key here, Owen. Shots up. Shouldn't have said anything, but it gets caught by the Wolves. It could be 2 points here coming up. Bouncing the ball a little bit too fancy movement. It's going to be an open net for Seneca. Goes in for the kill in the key, but doesn't make anything. Passing it off to the 3-pointer line, number 8. Off to number 2, Eloy. Walking it down in the key, gets a nice layup.
You can see Eloy there, maybe a little injured, hopping on her ankle, but recovering quickly. She speeds down to get on the defense against the Wolves.
Number 12, Miller on the far wings here, passing off to 15 on the 3 line. Slowly making her way into the key, back to number 12, moving it into the key. Gets intercepted by Seneca, open net here. And there we have textbook layup.
Ooh, a nice interception from Mendoza's Piers.
Off to number 12, Miller, far wings. Number 8 holding the ball for as long as possible. Off to number 15, Coggin shoots for 2 and sinks her in.
Just a gorgeous shot right off the backboard.
Great identification there from Coggin, trying to see the players in front of her, not able to move in, so just goes for a 2-pointer. And a whistle blown here. That's going to be free throws. I believe that was contact.
Contact. Foul.
Not allowed in the imaginary box. Free throws are coming up here for Seneca. Once again, 15-10. 2 minutes 44 left in this first quarter. Shots up. Does not sink that one. Maybe I should talk more during these.
That seems to be the key.
Seems to be the sting, some may say, for the squad. Free throw up. And sinks it in. Very nice play.
Truly a nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Nice swish. 16-10. 2:44 on the clock. Off to number 12, Miller. Miller close wings here, moving the ball up the court. Outside the key here, passing it off to 24, Mitchell. Mitchell shoots for 2 and sinks her in.
Very clean shot.
Number 4, Arcilla. Passing it off to the far wing. Off to number 25 here, Cameron. Haven't said her name much. Recent substitution. Off to number 8 in the key. Unable to block it. That's going to be a nice basket for Dominic. Close wings here, number 24, Mitchell. My apologies, Drover. Drover shoots it out of the key. 14 shoots for 3. Unable to sink it. The ball goes high. She throws it out. A lot of jockeying for the ball we're seeing here, but that's going to be Wolves throw in close to the net. We'll be seeing number 12, Miller, will be taking this throw. Off to number 8 on the 3 line, trying to move it in. In the key. Shoots for 2, unable to make it, but then gets caught by the Sting, moving the ball up the court. Number 4, Arcilla. 25 off to 8, 8 to 16, 16 moving into the key, shoots her up, unable to make it, intercept, caught by number 11 on the Sting, shoots it up, unable to make it. And that's going to be number 12, Miller, who cleans the ball up.
It's knocked out there briefly by the Sting. Number 16 knocks that right out of the player's hands and out of bounds. That'll be number 24 for the Wolves, throwing it in.
24, Drover. 18 to 12, 1:30 left in this first quarter. Miller to Drover. Drover running that ball down the center court. Trying to direct traffic here, but getting blocked by her man here. Number 16 tries to pass it off. She falls to the ground. Seneca ball here. Arcilla off to number 25. Number 25 on the 3 line, moving into the key. Shoots her up. Does not get anything. Number 8 catches it. Passing out to the 3, shoots a 3. Would have been an amazing shot there, but that was 8 seconds left on the shot clock there. Miller holding the ball in the middle of that key, in the middle of that scuffle, running it close here on the court.
Just under a minute remaining in our first quarter.
Getting held up by 2 players. That's going to be a holding call. I believe we're getting substitutions as well, or my mistake, just speaking to the coach, Seneca player. We'll see Miller having the possession here. Interesting to see how this goes. Having to shoot the ball off. You're going to be down a man here, as you're not allowed to move without shooting the ball off. To number 24, Drover on the 3 line, getting blocked. Dribbles it in, tries to shoot for 2. On the 3 line still, getting defended. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Number 6 shoots for 3. Does not sink it in. It's going to be a last touch from the Wolves after the shot clock violation. It's going to be possession for Seneca. 31 seconds on the clock here left in this first quarter, 18 to 12. Let's see how this goes, Owen.
Could go either way here, but like we like to say, like you said, broken record. The first quarter, that's the feel out.
Number 8 shoving a player on the Wolves down. This last play, these last 18 seconds will be Wolves starting her off. Wolves have to make it cross court here. Having Miller playing close along with Drover. It'll be number 22, Mitchell, conducting the throw in. Off to Miller. Miller, close wings here, trying to move it, but her man is very aggressive here. That's Arcilla. Playing as much defense as she can. Number 12 on the 3 line. Passing off to number 22. Off to 10. Tries to go for the shot. Unable to make it, but it gets caught by number 25. 2 seconds on the clock here, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
Well, a very impressive quarter, I will say. Would have loved to see more baskets here, but, that's just a testament to how well these players are both playing defensively and aggressively. I think if one word could sum up this quarter, Lucas, I would say it's aggressive. We're seeing a lot of interceptions, a lot of stealing from players, especially Seneca. Seneca really trying to get any edge they can to knock the ball out of our beloved Wolves area and get and get on the offense as fast as possible. We saw 2 breakaway layups from number 14 on the Sting. That it's Mendoza Piers playing extremely aggressively. Really would hate to play against her in a game of basketball.
I mean, I'd hate to play against any one of these players. I'm out of shape, okay,
That's
Owen?
absolutely true. We're
Both
a little out of shape.
I was
Lucas.
bedridden for 3 days, unable to move after playing goalie for 2 8-minute matches. I was done. But I want to highlight right now, the first thing that we saw in this match was a 3-pointer being shot and sunk by number 9 Stevenson for the Wolves.
And that was just a beautiful shot and a great way to open up this game. And you saw, I said it right off the top, Seneca went for it. Seneca went for the 3 right off the top, couldn't get it, moved over to the other side of the court, and the Wolves got that rebound and they got the 3-pointer in there. And that was just a nice little chef's kiss on top of the first quarter here.
I don't know, if I were the Wolves and the first point of the match was a 3-pointer, I'd be shaking in my boots.
I'd be feeling pretty good.
It's going to be interesting to see how this match progresses. 30 seconds left on the warm-up. Not the warm-up, my apologies, the break time.
Giving our in-house audience just ample time to play whatever intermission game the Student Association has set up for us as our players return to the court. It'll be exciting to see how this game evolves, Lucas. I need to see more rebounds. I'm calling it right now. I think rebounds are going to be the key to success for the Wolves here today, because we're seeing them giving up too many shots and not getting the successful rebound afterwards.
I don't know, with the Seneca players, no offense, but they have one of their bigger players, number 8, is just always in there for the rebounds, and she just can't be stopped.
Yep.
Match is a go here. Second quarter. Starting off with Seneca trying to go strong, but she gets tripped up. It's number 16 gets tripped up, Gonzalez. For the Sting, it's going to be free throws. Starting off less than 7 seconds into our match. See how these free throws go. I should be talking during these as much as possible to give us a fighting chance here. Maybe I shouldn't be talking. Maybe it's the curse is real after all.
It's easy to get carried away in the silence and want to fill these empty gaps, but not at the expense of points, Lucas.
Not at the expense of points. Folks at home, just for a little I don't know, tidbit. I can't control what they're doing from talking up here. Okay,
I know it may seem like that if you've watched our previous streams. It may seem like whatever we say, the players end up doing the opposite, but it is truly a coincidence.
Speaking of great plays, that was number 22 for the Wolves. Mitchell running it up on the far wing. He's trying to go for a nice shot in the key, but ends up getting fouled. So far, we're getting 2 free throws back-to-back in less than 20 minutes.
Mitchell's just under 70 on her free throw percentages, so it's a safe bet that she will get at least one of these 2 baskets.
See if she can bump up her percent. Oh, man. Didn't want to say anything.
Unfortunate there. Yeah, we got to either consistently talk or just be quiet.
I think being quiet's the play. Thoughts? Shots up. Oh, I should have stayed quiet. I didn't want to stay quiet then, but.
He said shots up as the shot went up. And that's true play-by-play commentary.
Maybe I should make a living by rigging matches, college-level matches. I'm sure I'd make a great living here. Miller doing our throw-in here.
I wouldn't call it an honest living.
I don't know. I would tell my parents that I'm making a great, honest living. I'd make $100K a year off of fixing matches, eh? 22 off, passing it off into the key. Back to 22, shoots for 2, 5 seconds on the shot clock, sinks her in. Number 22, Mitchell.
That's a good strategy from the Wolves. One other tidbit I had, a nitpick if you will, is they need to take their time. They're jumping too quickly on this shot clock, and that was a good play from Mitchell, letting the shot clock play out and taking her shot right at the end.
Number 11 unable to defend against number 16 on the Sting, knocks down a Wolves player. Number 16 goes down, but Miller catches it off to Mitchell. Number 18 goes for a layup, unable to get it. Mitchell on the far wings, 3 line, moving it into the 2, back to Miller. Miller shoots for 2, unable to make it in the key, gets caught by Wolves and sunk in.
There's the key right there. See that rebound? That's what we were looking for. That's what I wanted.
And I believe that is the player who just got knocked down. getting our basket here. I think that is, correct me if I'm wrong, number 11?
I believe it was.
Number 10. There we go. It was
10
number
there.
10, Nicholson. Getting knocked down there. Like, everybody's just getting shoved around in this game so far. And, we expect to see that from the men's, but women can be brutal.
Oh, they'll surprise you, Lucas. Absolutely.
I don't know what else to say to that.
This will be this. Like I said, this is an aggressive match. We saw a lot of tumbles here, but I'm seeing a lot of sportsmanship too. The players knock each other over. They're helping each other back up.
Number 14 tries to shoot for 2. Unable to make it. Off to number 22, Mitchell. Close wings. Being blocked by number 2, Olowi. Into the key. Number 22 passes it off for the 3. Unable to sink it in, but it gets caught by Miller. Miller in the key. Passing off to number 10. Shoots for 2. Unable to make it in. Shot clock keeps getting reset. Miller holding the ball in the key, but getting blocked by 3 players.
Nobody there.
Off to number 10. Number 10 passes it off to the 3 line. Shoots. Unable to make it in. Number 14 for the Sting will ultimately catch it. That's Mendoza.
Great rebounds there from the Wolves. Unfortunately, using up their what seemed to be their allotted rebounds per shot clock.
Allotted rebounds. You're only allowed this many rebounds,
Only
okay?
this many rebounds.
I believe we're getting a substitution here. Number 6 on the Wolves will be subbed off. We will have number 8 coming in. Both of the Hurst family. We're getting number 14 dribbling the ball here on the close wings. Blocked by 2 players. Number 8 on the Wolves trying to block it as much as possible. Goes for the layup. Gets caught by Miller. Miller up to Mitchell. Running it on the far court here. Loses possession of it. And that's going to be an open court here for number 2. Sinks it in for free. Olowi.
Number 2 seems to be a terrific breakaway, but they seem to be having a little bit of trouble with one of their ankles. You see there, they kind of fumbled a little bit there. We're still able to get the very impressive layup, I will say, but they better take it easy.
Down by 6 points, the Wolves shoot for 2. Unable to make it. Gets caught by number 8, Dominic. Far court, unable to make the pass, but gets caught out.
A great attempt at trying to keep that ball in play.
Just slid it out. You heard that slide.
Nice slide. Hopefully we heard it at home too with our in-house
state-of-the-art microphone.
Yeah.
It's going to be number 22, Mitchell. Throwing it out off to Mitchell. Mitchell moving it up the court. Once again, number 2 with the bum leg, Olowi. 22 just holding it. Moving it all the way up to the far wing here. Shoots for 2, but whistle's blown. I believe this is going to be a free throw. Free throw here for Mitchell, along with a substitution.
Mitchell, like we said, that notoriously high free throw percentage. Not the highest on her team at the current moment, but still a fair contender.
Arcilla is being subbed off or subbed on for Olowi. Her leg does not seem to be doing too hot, but she will not be seeing any medical personnel about that. Sinking in the free throw, number 22. 22-17 is your score for Seneca. Free throws up. I was talking the entire time during that, and she got the free throw. So maybe if I talk the entire time, you got to join me.
Well, and maybe that was it, Lucas. Maybe we just didn't have the right pair talking on that one.
I was looking away completely from the free
that's
throw.
What it was. We were distracted. We were concerned even about number 2 and the possible injury here. They seem to be doing all right on the bench, and we'll see them return to the game shortly, I'm sure.
It's going to be Arcilla conducting the throw-in. Running it on the far court here, passing it off to number 3, Brown. Back to number 10, off to number 8, Dominic. Dominic shoots her in and gets the 2 points. It's going to be 24-17 for the Sting. Mitchell getting jockeyed by Arcilla here, moving way faster than number 2, but gets caught and held by number 8. Dominic moving it up, gets another 2-pointer.
And you know Dominic's going to get really appreciated by her team there. And the ball just fell into her lap on that one, Lucas.
More so, she ripped it out from somebody else's lap. Vicious gameplay. Number 8 for the Wolves, Hurst. Off to number 22, Mitchell shoots it for 2, unable to make it. And there we have it, Seneca moving it up. Passing it cross court here. Number 3, Brown. Sinks it in. It's another 2.
We may start to see a runaway game happen here, Lucas. We hate to say it, but as the Wolves start to fall back just a little bit, and it looks like a timeout has been called.
It's 28-17. It's like a 9-point. That's an 11-point deficit.
That is an 11-point deficit.
I was going to say 9, okay? I don't know how to do math.
We just get to stare at the shot clock.
Yeah, in peace.
And that's all the math, all the numbers we get. Just as aggressive as the first quarter, Lucas. I'm seeing a lot more aggressive plays, a lot more coordination too with the Seneca Sting. I think they came out of the gate a little uncoordinated, kind of passing the ball to whoever was open, kind of taking some wild chances, wild leaps, trying to open with the third. Obviously giving the Wolves the inspiration to steal that third and open with 3 points. But now they've run away with it, 28-17, as we have 13 seconds left in our timeout here. We have to hope the Wolves are coming up with some sort of strategy to counter this now newfound coordination in the Sting's aggression.
Yeah, this isn't the time to be behind by so many points. You got to bring the comeback up. We saw the comeback for Georgian, and I'm hoping to see another comeback here tonight.
And that would make for some exciting basketball.
That's what we're here for. Players are moving onto the court now. We have 6 minutes left in this quarter. Moving to halftime after that. 28-17, down by 11 are the Wolves. Show must go on. Dribbling the ball, number 8 for the Wolves. Hurst. In the key here, number 8 passes it off to number 12, Miller. Miller shoots and gets a 2.
Nice easy 2 for Miller.
But the play will continue. That's number 4, Arcilla, trying to shoot it for 3, number 14, but unable to make it. Gets caught by 23 on the Wolves, 23 to Miller. Miller moving it down, trying to get into the key, inside the key, shoots her up, and gets a nice little layup.
Miller pulling the weight here now, showing it's how it's done for the Wolves. She's saying to the other team, hey, this is our level. This is how we have to play. Let's get with it.
Off to number 7 here. Passing it to Arcilla, number 4. But gets knocked out, and it's going to be a foul against the Sting. Wolves possession here on the Wolves basket side. Wolves home territory. There's a nice crisp 4 baskets made by Miller in the last 20 seconds.
You got to imagine that timeout was a real useful lecture that the team needed to hear.
Miller getting jockeyed by 2 players, but passes it off and throws it right into the face of number 11, or gets blocked by her hands. That's going to be a throw-in for the Wolves. You think that was a strategy to bounce it off of players, get it out? Only time you can tell. Number 11 gets the ball quick, but Miller catches the rebound, getting shoved out, gets caught by 14, and that's an open field.
Not sure what number 8 was doing there. They were too much of an outlier. They shouldn't have had Mendoza Piers between her and her teammate there.
Number 8 for the Wolves passes it off to number 15, Goggin. Goggin passes it to 22. 23, my apologies, Foster. That's going to be another throw in here. Very strong play from these players so far, Owen. Can't wait to see how it will progress. Number 15 in the key. Quick is the name of the game. It doesn't get caught by the Sting, but number 23 will clean that up. Foster.
And that's why the rebounds are key here. I'll keep saying it for as long as the game goes on.
Nice pass, cross court. Off to number 14 on the 3 line. Back to 4 from these players. Shoot for 3, number 16 on the Seneca, but does not sink it. That's going to be number 23, Foster, holding on for dear life. Foster moving it up the court. Getting jockeyed by number 3 here, off to Miller. Miller getting shoved, and that's going to be a call for shoving. My apologies, this is going to be a turnover. From what I saw, and the Wolves were the ones getting shoved. Little voice crack there, but Miller was the one getting shoved.
Well, it shows how confident you are in your speech.
Yes.
But yeah, we're noticing a lot more Wolves players get shoved than the Seneca players. Could be that they're just heavier on their feet.
Shoots for three, number 14.
Stronger on their feet, I should say.
Mendoza unable to sink it. 3 seconds on the shot clock here for the Sting. 3 seconds, 3 points. That's a point a second.
They can make it happen.
Number 16 going far, and like we said, on the 3 line, 25 shoots, but it gets blocked by Miller. Miller passes up to 23, but too strong. Gets intercepted by number 3 on the Sting. Being run up, passed under the key. Almost gets it into the layup, but it's dropped out.
Great rebound from number 15.
15 off to Miller. Miller in the close wings, once again being shoved by number 25 on the Sting. Number 11 walks up into the key, passes it off, and gets a nice textbook basket.
And that's a gorgeous play from the Wolves. Really well coordinated there. They need to make that happen more. The Sting absolutely befuddled from that.
Gonna be Mendoza playing a little bit of monkey in the middle here. On the far wings here, but it's going to be Wolves turnover. That's going to be number 23, Foster, running the ball in. Off to 15, 15 shoots for 2, unable to get it. But 15 catches the ball and walks into the key, tries to shoot for a layup, but is blocked. And that's going to be 2 throws coming in, 2 free throws.
Number 15, that will be Chloe Hagen for the Algonquin Wolves. Not many free throws, rather, I should say. A total of 7 have been made on her account.
Out of how many?
Out of a total of 7 shots have been made. Period.
Oh.
Only 2 of those have been sunk, leading to a free throw percentage of 40%. Now that's a strong percentage, but when you've only shot 7 shots, it really paints the picture here, Lucas.
Painting the picture indeed.
Seneca calls a timeout.
Listening to that, I think
right
this is a Kanye
before.
song. Something in Paris. Can't say that first part.
Especially on air.
Especially on air.
And I better not catch you saying it off air, Lucas.
You won't catch me. I will not be saying it. I'm a nice man, a great person. I wonder what strategy they could be talking about right now, because again, last time out that the Wolves called complete switch up. It was like a different, coat of paint was on them.
Truly, yeah, it was night and day, the difference here as we approach the very end of Seneca's timeout here. Very tricky call, calling the timeout right before the 2 free throws. Do you think that's a strategy there, Lucas? You think that's to throw Coggin off her game?
Might be a strategy, but it might just be that they're scared right now because, 5-point deficit, only a 5-point deficit, and we've seen Algonquin crawl up from 15-plus point deficits.
Potentially a 3-point deficit if both these throws go exactly how we want them to.
Potential. I like that. I like that word. You know what that means? Gambling.
Gambling.
Gambling, yes. Don't condone that. Nope. It's me Coggins going for the free throw. Does not get the first one, but
a little unfortunate.
We'll see how the second goes.
That one definitely could have gone either way.
She doesn't sink this one in. Hopefully one of the Wolves players will be able to catch it and make up for the lost points.
That's what we're saying. Rebounds are critical here as the shot goes up.
Does not get caught by the Wolves. Gets caught by the Sting.
A little unfortunate as that opportunity slips away, but still plenty of basketball left.
14, Mendoza passes it off to 11. 11 shoots for 3, unable to make it.
Number 8 with the rebound, strong. Looks like they could hear me from all the way up here.
No, and once again, number 3 getting shoved off to Coggin in the middle. Trying to move it into the key, but passes it off to 14, but that is a traveling call.
Ooh. Unfortunate getting the traveling call, and that's, indecisiveness, hesitation. They say it is the key to defeat.
Also during that call, Miller will be going to the bench. Very strong player, but if that's the decision that has to be made, then the decision will be made indeed.
Well, your strong players need their rest, Lucas.
Number 11 for the Sting here.
Great attempt at a steal from 14.
Off to 14 for the Sting, Mendoza. But gets caught by number 22, moving her up, Mitchell. Open court, but doesn't get it in. But 14 McNarma cleans it up.
Great coordination there.
Down by 3 points are our Wolves.
It
1:30
just
on the clock.
And that was a beautiful breakaway, and it just shows just because you get the breakaway does not guarantee a net. So it's great that 14 was able to join her teammate there and get that rebound, secure those 2 points. 30-27 for the Seneca Sting.
1:31 on the clock. Give me a throw in here behind the net for the Sting. That's got a sting.
Yeah. God, I'm sure these officials and these coaches are tired of hearing that one.
I'm sure they hear it not enough. Number 8, another around the world shot. Goes right in from number 8 on the Sting, Dominic. But that's 22 Mitchell on the far wings here, dribbling the ball around, trying to get something. Gets a little bit of interference from her player, number 14. As she moves into the key, passes it off to 14, shoots for 3, unable to sink it. Gets caught by number 11 for the Sting, Leverage. Off on the far wings here for the Seneca, shoots for 3, unable to sink it in. But catches it once again, goes into the key and gets a nice layup instead.
And that's unfortunate. Some very hard opportunities and a hard lesson for the Wolves to learn, and I will keep saying it, rebound.
Number 22, Mitchell on the far wings here. Again, Fancy passing it off to number 14. 14, McNarma shoots a 3, unable to make it. Gets caught by 11, but she drops it, and it will be a throw-in for the Wolves. So that means she didn't drop it. Somebody must have hit it out.
Someone must have snacked it out of her hands, exactly. My guess, the Sting.
That's got to sting. And our throw in here,
He's
12.
genuinely laughing at that, ladies and
12
gentlemen.
seconds on the shot clock here. Nice throw off to number 15, Coggin. But the ball's down on the ground here. And that will be Algonquin possession with 8 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the clock. 25.6.
Dominic Pierre showing us that classic Sting aggression as she attempts the steal and the takeover. The second timeout, or the third rather timeout I should say, of this quarter called. Unsure if that was called from the Wolves or the Sting.
We will get a call for that.
That is the call from the Wolves. As they take their second timeout of this quarter, third timeout overall. Lots of meeting time here, lots of adjusting to their play. Hopefully it pays off.
Hopefully Fetty Wap on the JBL will give our team the morale boost that they need.
Absolutely.
So far, it's been a great, first half here. We haven't even made it to halftime, and that's the reason, folks at home, that they are calling all these timeouts. Gets reset at halftime. 34-27 deficit here. I'm trying to do the math, Owen. You believe in me, right?
I know you can get there.
I think that's what, 7?
That is 7.
I did the math all by myself. Didn't have anybody help me. Not even my co-commentator.
Just someone to help you confirm your bias.
Yeah, and the players coming on to the court here. Fetty's still blasting.
Still an extremely, not a low-scoring game, but a very low deficit still. And it's still, the Wolves have been trailing since the first quarter, unfortunately. But we are seeing this low deficit get a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, and a little bit smaller every time.
Bit of a missed shot here. To 22. Very unfortunate. Yeah, I think the highest deficit of this match so far has been 11. And the Wolves have it on the back foot.
Right.
Getting a throw in here, number 14, Mendoza. Back to Mendoza. Mendoza going to the far wings. Nice little pass off to number 2. Number 2 passing it off back to the center. Off to number 14, Mendoza. Mendoza moving it up, shooting for 3. Unable to sink it. 8 seconds on our clock here. Just going to hold it. 5 seconds. See if anything can happen. 2-1. Shooting for 3, last second, not going to get anything. And there we have our halftime.
Pretty electrifying first half. Very, and as I said before, aggressive for sure. The Sting pulling it back a little bit and getting in some of that coordination. It seemed they just had some really raw aggression. It showed right at the beginning of the first quarter there, Lucas, but they managed to calm down and get it settled in to their role here as they nestled into the second quarter. We saw that aggression give way to some heavy coordination here that the Wolves are struggling to counter. Countered beautifully for a second there at the top of this quarter that we saw, but still not enough to close that 7-point deficit that we're
Not
seeing
enough.
here.
You know, the Wolves being the underdogs of this match.
The Underwolves.
The Underwolves already made that joke, Owen. Anyways, I'm sorry to single you out on that. But them being the underdogs of this match so far, like you said, it's been a very low-scoring match, but it's been a relatively slow match as well. They're still feeling each other out. We are coming out of halftime after this 15-minute break, of course, but I'm hoping to see the Wolves just keep their rebounds up and try not to lose the possession too much. You know,
Absolutely, Lucas, and that's what I was saying. Rebound, and now to give myself a break, I've said my piece on the rebounds, but to give myself a break, I do think the Wolves will come back. They need to predict these interceptions, and I think if they manage to make some interceptions themselves, they got to get the whole team on board. They got to make sure the whole team's coordinated, and we're running down the coast. As soon as we know that the changeover has happened, we got to take off and head down towards the other end, so we can set up your zone offense.
You know, one thing that I am liking from the Wolves is that they're drawing out 2-3 players on the offense here, and they just get an open court. They just get a free pass off into the key here. That's what I'm loving to see here, Owen.
Yep.
Any final closing thoughts before we wait for our halftime break to end?
Only final thoughts will be, go Wolves. We got this.
Go Wolves. Can I hear a bark? Can you bark for the Wolves?
Nice try.
What about a howl?
2 for 2.
Folks, I'm not trying to push any agenda here, but my name is Lewis Gallen. We are play-by-play commentator joined here in the booth, the one, the only.
The Ginger, Owen O'Kelly.
You said it, not me. Folks, thank you so much for watching this first half of women's basketball with us. Be sure to come back in less than 12 minutes here for the rest of this match. Folks, we'll be right back.
Alrighty, Wolves fans, it is time for another game. This time we are doing women's basketball trivia. I am going to announce a question, give a series of answers. If you think you got the answer, you will raise your hand, in which the assistant over here will come over, and if you get it right, you will get a free Wolves t-shirt. Is everybody ready to play? Oh, come on, come on. Is everybody ready to play? Come on, we need more than that. Oh, much better. All right, question number 1. Which player on the women's basketball team was one of the Wolves Den athletes of the week? Was it A, Aslan Stevenson, B, Sienna Miller, or C, Taryn Mitchell? Okay, we got a hand raised up there. I saw her first. She said C. That is correct. You won a free t-shirt. Congratulations. All right, question number 2. Who are the 2 tallest players on the team? Is it A, Tyra and Megan, B, Chloe and Abigail, C, Cooper and Leah? All right, I see somebody raise their hand over here. Said B. B is the correct answer. It is Chloe and Abigail. Congratulations. Alrighty, number 3. How big of a run did the Wolves put together in overtime to beat the Centennial Colts last Sunday? Was it A, 10-0, B, 12-3, or C, 7-2? Alright, we got a pick over here. A is correct. It was 10-0. We did announce at the beginning. We were testing your listening skills. Number 4. How many years have we done Shoot for the Cure? A, is it 3, B, 4, C, 5? All right. B. B is not correct. I am so sorry. That was a good try. Is it A? Yes, it is A. All right. It's been 3 years. All right. Number 5. Which player leads the OCAA in scoring? Is it A, Leah Hurd, B, Taryn Mitchell, C, Paige Foster? It is Taryn. That is correct. Yeah. All right. Final question. And this is for who really was paying attention. What was the score after the first quarter? Is it A, 18-12 Seneca, B, 20-14 Seneca, or C, 19-13 Seneca? All right. C is not correct. I am sorry. A is correct. It was 18-12 Seneca. Thank you so much for playing. Go Wolves!
OCAA matchup featuring, of course, the Algonquin Wolves and the Seneca Sting in the Jack Doyle Center building here at Algonquin. I'm Lucas Gallen, your play-by-play commentator. I'm here in the booth with the one, the only, the handsome
Owen O'Kelly.
Owen, how are you doing? How's your...
I'll give you that $100 for calling me handsome after the game.
Oh, bless your heart. Handsome and generous.
That's what it costs.
How was your 15-minute break there?
Oh, it was delightful. You know, got to, reflect on the game we have here tonight and the determinism of our beloved Wolves as they attempt to close this 7-point lead and hopefully take the game for Algonquin tonight.
That would be something nice to say, at least, because again, Seneca coming in here with a 5-1 overall statistic line here, and the Wolves 4-2. So if the Wolves get this win, netting them a 5-2, be very strong in giving the Seneca. Come again?
Well, I was just going to say it would be very, very telling, very hopeful to get them moved up that roster, like you mentioned before. But we won't say any more about that now as we've started off our third quarter already.
Be very poetic indeed, but third quarter's up. Shooting for three immediately. What is with the Sting and going for the three-pointer so early?
They want that dramatic opening, Lucas. I'm not sure.
Want that dramatic opening indeed. You know, that would be a mind-numbing defeat here. We saw another three-pointer being attempted by the Sting. So maybe history will repeat itself and we'll get Algonquin to get a three-pointer. The Wolves holding their possession. Miller running it down the court. Miller in the key. Passing off to number 22 here. Mitchell shoots for three. And imagine if that sunk in, but alas it didn't. Alawi moving the ball.
Would have been a nice repeat of our first quarter here.
From the far wings on the three-line into the key, but does not get that sink. Number 15, Coggin, catches it, passes it off to the far wings. Player gets tripped. Tripped up. That's going to be a foul called. Going to be Wolves' possession. Not too sure what the point of that foul was. Could just kept the game going. Passing it off to number 22 here on the Wolves. Mitchell, far wings, moving it out of the three-line, shooting for two. Does not go in. It gets caught by number 11 on Seneca. Moving the ball, close wing. Sneaking around on the right side, off to number 3 here for Seneca, Brown. On the far wing, once again moving into the key. Tries to go for two, but it gets bounced off, caught again. To number 3, Coggin tried to get that, but it's caught. Still in the key here, very dangerous for the Wolves. Holding the ball here to...
That's the strategy there with some aggressive defenders like the Sting. That's the strategy, is just hold on to the ball for dear life.
It's like what you do in hockey. The goalie will hold on to the puck to try and reset the play.
I think that's a fair strategy in hockey as well.
We got number 8 on the Wolves here on the far wings. Coggin right behind her. Number 8 passes it off to the far wings here. Handed off to Coggin. Coggin shoots for two, tries to get a layup. Unable to get it. Number 22 tries to catch it, but it's intercepted by the Sting. Moving it close wing here. A big pass on the far. Shoots for three. Does not sink it. Gets caught by a Wolves player, number 22. Moving it up. Mitchell. Near open court. Another just dropping the balls here. That's Coggin with possession in the key. Off to number 12. Shooting for two. Miller.
And that's a nice shot from Miller. A classic two-pointer.
Speaking of two-pointers, number 2 on the far wings for the Sting. Miller intercepts it, just knocks it out, but does not catch it. Not getting the turnover. In the key here, few players are on the floor. Lots of action here. Coming up for a layup, but does not get it in. This is just so much chaos happening.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a repeat, I think, of the first quarter where kind of players are losing their minds a bit. It's working out for the Wolves.
Miller shoots for three. Does not sink it in. That could have been Coggin catching it, but does not get caught.
Something I'm noticing, that's the very first air ball we've seen of the night, Lucas.
I'm not too sure on the fact. It quite possibly can be. Number 3, close wings here for the Sting. Off to number 2. Number 2 trying to pass it into the key. Off to number 8, and number 8 finally gets that layup they're looking for.
Nice bounce pass to number 8, and that was a beautiful play from the Sting.
It's 36-29 for the Sting. Number 12 here on the far wing. It's knocked out. Off to number 22, shoots for 2 and gets a nice little sink.
That's a nice little sink for them. And I think this is where the calm needs to set in for them. They need to realize the 24 seconds is plenty of time. It's exactly the amount of time they have on their shot clock. And that can get them, that can close that deficit. They just need to take their time with it.
They're down 5 points are the Wolves. Number 11 for the Sting in the key. Tries to get a layup but catches her own rebound. And then it gets ultimately caught by Mitchell. Mitchell moving it up the court. 3 players on him, but she gets tripped up. That's going to be a foul called against the Sting. We have substitutions. Number 22 seems to not be walking too well. Her right leg is already, I'm assuming, wrapped up, if you can see, on the bench. But the game must go on. Nice bounce pass to number 9, but unable to get the rebound. Seneca will be running the ball on the other side of the court. Pass under, sneaks under number 23's wingspan and gets a nice 2 points.
And that's why it's almost better for the players to be closer to the ground than they are to the ceiling, Lucas. It's a common thing with basketball players to be tall, but being short also gets you some nice plays.
Number 8 shoots for 3 on the Wolves, does not get it. Gets caught by Seneca. Moving it up the court. Drops the ball, but picks it right back up. Off to number 4, moving into the key. And gets it. We have number 25 here, Couture, for our Wolves. It's number 12, Miller. Far wings here, moving up in the key. 3 players on her. Shooting for 3 off to number 24, does not get the 3.
They really like the appeal of those threes. You know, even with 13 seconds left on the shot clock there, I'm all for a fancy three-pointer, but when it just hasn't worked out at this point, I think you need to rethink your strategy.
You just got to accept that the threes aren't going, but the only way to get better at threes is, you got to shoot the threes.
I guess that's a fair argument.
Number 4 for the Sting, Arcilla. Haven't said her name in a while, moving the ball up. Far wings, Arcilla receives it, shoots for 3. Does not get in. It's bounced out last touch.
The Sting, too, just tempted by the idea of an extra 3 points.
We have 5 minutes on the clock, 38-31 for the Sting. Number 14 will be leading the throw-in. Mendoza. Whistle's blown. Let's see this move. Number 8 in the key, passing it off to Mendoza. Mendoza shoots for 3 and does not sink it. Gets out of bounds, and it's going to be last touch, Seneca. Miller. My apologies on Miller. Drover and Miller will be on the back end here. 4:50 on the clock, down by 7.
We're in the latter half of this quarter.
We're getting substitutions here. Miller is being subbed off for 22 Mitchell. Mitchell and Drover, dynamic duo moving it up.
Good to see Mitchell back on the paint.
Speaking of in the paint, on the far wings here, trying to get into the paint as much as possible. Off to Couture. Over to the far wings here, passes it up and gets a nice 2-pointer.
Nice 2-pointer. You can see Couture, you can see 25 there really, really eyeing the 3-pointer and the possibility of it, but thought better of it.
Oh my Lord, wow. Nasty shot from number 14, Mendoza. Matching the 2-pointer with yet another 2-pointer, down by 7. 40-33, the Sting. Over to number 5 here on the Wolves. Shoots it up, does not get it. Not too sure if that is number 5 out on the field right now. Owen giving hand signs right now, not sure who to. He's saying number 6, Hurst. Number 22, Mitchell catches it, moving it up the far court here. Far wings, getting fancy with the footwork, but he's getting blocked up by number 2. 3 players on her, she gets caught up. That's going to be a foul called against Seneca. We have a substitution coming in. Substitution number 3. We will be subbed on. My apologies. Yes, that was correct. Number 8 subbed off. Number 3 is subbed on for Seneca. That is Dominic off and Huskick on. Haven't said Huskick in a while. I must have gotten her rest. She had a bum leg there earlier. Wolves keeping the offense flowing. In the key right now, number 5, but gets elbowed. And that's going to be another call. That's going to be 2 free throws. Let's see how this goes. It is 40-33, down by 7 are the Wolves. This could be huge for them. There we go. Just that one extra point really makes up the difference.
It really does, Lucas, and I really hope you can get one more here.
If not, at least you got to rebound and try and get 2. Speaking
You
of
said it.
rebound, unfortunate.
We jinxed it right at the last second.
And we
there,
did jinx
Lucas.
it. You know, in reality, we have no effect on the game.
Well,
Well,
depends on who you ask. It really does depend on who your commentator
In the paint, number 11 passing it off to the far wings, trying to move it into the key, unable to get it. And that is going to be free throws for Seneca.
It's not what the Wolves fans want to see as Mendoza Piers goes to the free throw line.
Mendoza always being in these plays here.
A
for
strong player.
Seneca. Strong player indeed.
For the Sting, absolutely an asset.
Let's see how this free throw will go. Unable to get the first one. Kind of unfortunate on what happened there. Ball bouncing off the rim, off the backboard, and then out. We'll see how this second free throw goes. None of our players are opting to catch the rebound. Must be very confident, and confidence indeed.
Apparently key for number 14.
Right now, 41-34, down by 7. Number 22, Mitchell, moving it down the court, shooting for 3, 24. Almost sinks it. Unfortunate.
That would have been some nice. That would have been some nice dressing on their points.
And a throw is made by number 4, Arcilla. In the key, passing it off on the 3 line, shooting for 3, back-to-back 3 shots attempted. And we have a little kerfuffle there, a little trip up.
Unfortunate fumble from the Wolves that led to those quick, easy 2 points. They really have to maintain control there.
Down by 9. Never mind, down by 7.
Oh. They're not letting that deficit get to 10, Lucas. They're going to try do whatever they can to close that gap.
Number 3 here on the far side, but we got a traveling call. Very interesting how this is going here. 2 minutes, 36 seconds on the clock here for the third quarter, 3-4.
Fascinating to see Mendoza Piers pulling off a travel foul like that. You wouldn't expect that after we were just giving some nice high praise to number 14.
They're tuned into the headsets right now. They're watching us. Got to get the tinfoil hats on. 22 here, Mitchell shooting for 3 and sinks it!
Incredible move from Mitchell.
You know, you can hear the conflection in my voice, very confused as to what was happening.
And the crowd truly erupting at that.
14 tries to shoot it in, but it gets tapped out from one of her own players on Seneca, and it's going to be Wolves' ball. Oh, yeah, my apologies. She did tap it out, did she not? Whatever.
It looked like the Wolves out to me, so it makes sense for Seneca ball.
I saw Seneca tapping it out, but maybe I'm just blinded. Tries to go for a layup.
Still seeing that three-pointer, I think. You're still kind of have eyes for that.
You know, they're only down 4 points now. Was 7. That is math, folks.
That's 2 baskets. Just 2 regulation baskets could tie it up for the Wolves here. Hopefully give them the lead.
We're getting some chirping or a little bit of anger coming in from the Algonquin bench.
Some discussion happening between Algonquin's coach and one of the officials on the court here.
Getting a substitution. 11 is off, 8 is back on for the Sting. 11 leverage, 8 Dominic. See how this goes. Passing it off, but 22 bounces it out off the knuckle. It's going to be another throw in here for Seneca. Again, Wolves being the underdogs of this match, they seem to be holding up very well, and it's always that last two quarters of the match where they seem to shine the brightest. Shoots for three, does not sink it.
The last 2 quarters, some might call that the last half.
I'd say the last 2 quarters. I'm not good at math, that's well known. Number 23 shoots for three, does not sink it in. Last touch from Seneca, and it goes out.
That will be Seneca ball.
Foster shooting for that three. Everybody seems to be just chucking out these 3-pointers here.
Oh, apologies, Wolves ball.
Yes, Wolves ball, yeah. 23, well, the whistle's blowing, she was holding it for too long.
And
just so unfortunate.
And I would dare say I see a lot more indecisiveness coming from the Wolves here. They seem to be scrambling to coordinate their plays. We've seen them this game even have some great coordination, some great plays, but you gotta marvel at that pause for Mitchell to take so long as she did to throw in the ball.
14-7 to the 3 line, but she trips. That's going to be number 6 for the Wolves. Hurst moving the ball up the court to 23, shoots for 3, curves a bit more to the right. Foster unable to sink that. But here we have number 8 moving it up, Dominic. Passing off, shooting for the 3, too strong. 23 catches that for the Wolves. Foster moving it up the court. 2-on-1, shooting for 2, does not get it in. But it gets saved by Seneca. This is going to be a 2-on-1, 2-on-2. She just throws it out. Unable to control the ball.
1 minute remaining in the 3rd quarter as Seneca is still only 4 points ahead of our beloved Wolves, 43-39 for the Sting.
Right now we have 5 fouls for Seneca and 1 for the Wolves. Even if the Wolves don't win today, they're heroes in following the rules. 1 minute.
Heroes in not knocking down their opponents.
Speaking of knocking down, he spoke too soon.
Oh no, Lucas.
The curse is real. I believe the curse. I'm a God-fearing man now.
Every time we set up our little broadcast setup here on the 3rd floor mezzanine, I struggle to find the point that the players have where they hijack our signal and listen to exactly what we're saying and play accordingly.
They've got drones in our head or something, Owen. I gotta get my tinfoil hat.
I forgot my tinfoil hat in the car. Might have to go get that.
Aw, shucks. See how this goes. 52 seconds on the clock, down by 4 the Wolves. Number 7 shooting for 3. Too far. Wolves possession, moving it up the court. Mitchell, far wing. Moving it into the key. No players are there to contest. Almost getting the layup off the 22. Short 2. Oh, my Lord. Back to back. 22.
That was a great play, a great bounce pass to a layup, to a rebound, to another layup, but unfortunately it yielded no points for our Wolves, and that'll be a travel call on 14. Mendoza Pierce, and you can see she's a little devastated by herself.
And I believe that is going to be a timeout getting called.
First timeout of the 2nd half happening right now, Lucas. You got to think with 50, approximately less than that. I didn't see how much time was left on the clock before we threw to timeout.
30
here.
seconds or so.
30 seconds or so. You got to imagine they're rethinking the strategy here. They really want to get themselves on top as we head in to our final quarter.
Seeing the Seneca coach, very passionate, very, don't want to say aggressive, but very scary looking the way he's pointing around.
Very
and
direct, yeah.
And commanding his players or directing them.
Passionate, I think, is the key word here.
Passion, yes. So far, very good play from both teams here. I'm just excited to see how this 4th quarter that we're heading into soon.
No doubt about it.
Will look. I'm just obsessed with looking at him. He's so he's just so, I don't know how to say it.
He's certainly animated to the folks
He's
at home.
very animated. He's pointing around, the LeBron, the pointing me where he's doing the, why was that out? The 2 hands.
Indeed, indeed. A topical meme to bring up.
Topical, yes.
To bring up at this point in time.
We have 25 seconds on the clock. Like I said, just under 30 seconds. The last play will essentially be this one if the Wolves choose to drag it out. 22 Mitchell. Moving the ball into the key, passing it off to 14, shooting for 3, and sinks it! Down by 1 are the Wolves. 10 seconds on the clock here for the third quarter. Off to number 11 for Seneca, shooting it all the way far to number 3. Getting blocked, 2 seconds on the clock. Nothing is able to happen. And there we have it.
And
Wolves fans are hyped. The bench is hyped.
Jaws on the floor, Lucas. That was a beautiful 3 by, I believe, Mitchell. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We'll see right here. That was McNarma
McNarma
making the
making
three-pointer.
a terrific three-pointer and almost tying it up as we are 42-43. Wolves 42 to our Sting 43. It is truly anyone's game as we head into the fourth and final quarter for today's women's match.
I'm not sure if it's anyone's game. I've seen the situation before exactly, Owen, and we all know what happened in that Georgian Bears game.
That's true, it's true, but still, and optimistically, anybody's game here. We can see, we love to call them the Underwolves. It's time for them to prove it here today.
They're going to be the big dogs now, not the Underwolves.
Absolutely.
Got 1 minute left in this not halftime, but in between periods here.
This three-quarter time.
Three-quarter time.
That's what we'll call it.
This three-quarter time is brought to you by the Algonquin Wolves.
Brought to you by the Students Association.
We do student stuff.
We do student stuff.
their logo.
Their motto.
What do you think the Wolves coach is saying right now? Because, again, we're looking at the Seneca coach. Seems to be much more chill, sitting down now.
They may be giving him advice on his great bright pink pants.
Those do look very fashionable.
They're very fast. Just how to maintenance on them, how to clean them.
He is rocking them.
Could be that. He is rocking them on the court right now, representing our Breast Cancer Awareness Month here on Algonquin College campus.
You know, I only own one pink shirt, and I feel ashamed being here while everybody else is wearing their pink shirts.
Well, I'm right there with you, Lucas, but fortunately, I am always pink. Just with my natural ginger skin tone.
Yes, that is a skin tone. Look it up.
Making me bright pink. Won't even need these shirts to show my pride and show my awareness.
I have no words. I have no mouth, and yes, I must scream.
The commentators without comments. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, you stumped them.
I stumped him.
You know, I'm a real chatterbox, and even me, I don't know what to respond.
He's met his match. As the players come back to the court here, almost said field.
This ain't soccer.
It ain't soccer. You're so right.
And you're not Seth. And I'm not Seth either.
And you're not Seth either.
Getting into our last quarter of this match. Down by 1, the Wolves, 43-42. Seneca possession. Off to number 2 on the far wing, but we have a travel call. So far, the Wolves fans are hyped because the match, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
We see Seneca getting a little overexcited. I feel like it's the only explanation for some of these travel calls. As Miller comes in hot.
Miller off to 11 here. Harvey shoots for 3, almost sinks it. Gets tripped up. Number 14 falls on her back. McNarma, our latest scorer of this match, hitting the last three-pointer of the previous quarter. It's going to be Miller leading the throw. Off to 14 on the 3 line. Off to 11 in the key, blocked by 2 players. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell far past to 14 McNarma. McNarma moving all the way up the key. But last touch, Wolves, it'll be Seneca ball.
Heavy onto the ground there, McNarma, but recovers miraculously.
Nice throw from our medical personnel here, keeping the game moving. 14, Mendoza. Passing the ball off to start off. Nice snag attempt from Mitchell there. Would have been a heroic play.
Taking a page out of the Sting's book and trying to go for that aggressive defense.
Nice play from the Sting, but ultimately he gets caught out by McNarma. McNarma over to Miller. On the far wings, moving it off to McNarma. McNarma passing it off to number 11, Harvey, and then sinks it. up by 1 for, I want to say, the first time of this match.
I think so, Lucas. Well, definitely we started off with that 3-point lead right at the beginning.
That is
3-0.
true.
But we're gonna hold our tongue here as the Sting push on some aggressive offense.
Getting a lot of players falling down here, but passed off to Miller, gets shoved. This ain't football.
Right out of the court there.
That's going to be 2 free throws, I believe. My apologies, folks. Not 2 free throws. It'll just be a throw-in. Yeah, the aggressiveness, finally on the back foot, Seneca. And like we said, the aggressiveness is going up and up. Miller trying to jockey for the ball. Ball's passed off. Moving it up, far wing. Moving in 2 players on her, 3 players on her, but passes it off to McNarma, but McNarma hits it out. 8 minutes on the clock here. Seeing number 14, Mendoza. Off to number 2, Aloe. Back to 11, to number 3, Brown Huskick. Brown just throws it all the way out. I believe she was trying to pass to Mendoza, but she just wasn't there.
And I think the Wolves are showing them that they're keeping up this aggressive defense here, and the Sting has no choice but to make these wild, long passes. And it's working out in favor for the Wolves, hoping to maintain
High pressure
that lead.
does lead to mistakes here, Owen.
Absolutely.
Miller, far wing, moving the ball up the court.
As we approach the first 2 minutes of this quarter, 8 minutes remaining.
2 players on Miller, but passes off and shoots for 3, almost sinks it.
Almost looked like it went in, too, from where I was sitting. Nearly jumped in my chair, Lucas.
14 passing it off, but last touch from the Wolves. It's going to be Seneca ball right behind the net, behind the basket. 44-43 for Seneca. My apologies for the Wolves. 7 minutes 45 on the clock. Let's see how this goes. Under the basket, passes off right into the key. Is not able to make anything of it. Miller running it up. McNarma, close wing here. Miller maintaining possession of the ball, dragging 4 players. But gets caught out by number 8, Dominic. Number 2 in the key. Does not go in, but gets shoved out.
And we saw Miller make that tragic mistake, kind of went in for what would have been a strong layup, but too many defenders there to stop her. I wouldn't have made that choice, I think, with so much time left on the shot clock and so many players in your outlet zone. And now we are left with 2, I believe, foul shots for the Sting.
Leave McNarma is heading to the bench, and Mitchell's back on.
Lucas, count to 10.
1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 10. Oh!
I really thought that was going to work.
I also thought I was going to. We both have to count to 10.
Oh, maybe that's it. Okay.
I can only count on my hands. I can only count on one
Here we
hand.
go.
1, 2, 10.
1.
Oh, she knew we were going to say that. Ah, up by 1.
Nothing
Seneca.
we can do. There's simply nothing we can do.
Simply
here,
nothing
Lucas.
more we can do, yes.
Yeah.
That's Mitchell back off the bench, fresh off the bench, back to Miller, trying to go for a little fake out, but passing off. Nice far pass.
Great far pass.
To the wings here, number 8. Going fast, but drops it. But that's going to be Wolves possession. And there we have it. I just saw from the corner of my eye the Seneca coach do the thing. He did the meme indeed.
He made the LeBron.
Seeing the throw in coming through. Big overhead pass, but it gets yoinked from number 4.
Not happy about that. They're not happy about that.
Oh, nothing comes of it though. Very poor mistakes here from Seneca. See how the play progresses. 7 minutes on the clock. Seneca up by 1. Free throws being made by number 11 on Seneca. Leverage. Throw is up. Not good. Leverage, unable to find her leverage for this first free throw. Second throw coming up. Which would be detrimental, but the lead would still be achievable. And there we have it. No points were made off of that free throw attempt. Mitchell moving it up the court, far wing, moving it to the mid wing. Shoots for three. Oh my Lord, almost made it in.
Far air ball. I think the Wolves, they really need to get ahead of themselves here. They need to get out of their own head and get out of their own way here. I think they're really trying to go for these stylish threes. They're only down by 1 point. This is a one-basket game here, Lucas.
One basket game. Number 4 maintaining possession for Seneca on the free line. Getting blocked by Miller. Miller doing a great job, but number 11 finds an opening in the key, but bounces it off of number 15's foot, Hagen.
Not sure she found such a great opening after all.
5 seconds on the shot clock here for the Sting. 4, but he gets thrown out of bounds. 3 seconds, Sting possession, but gets hit off of
Miller's foot there.
It's going to be more time added to the shot clock, as that technically counts as a turnover. Off to the far wings here, but it gets last touch.
You could see the coach very excited about a lot of these fouls out on Seneca as they regain possession.
Miller off to number 8. Moving with speed. She's getting shoved, blocked out completely. And it turns over. Number 2 catching it for the Sting. Off to number 4, Arcilla. Moving it up. Keeping that ball just outside the 3 line. Tries to get tapped out. Miller and Mitchell unable to receive the ball. Passing off to number 2. 5 seconds on the shot clock. In the key. Throws it up. Does nothing with it. Trips. That's going to be Wolves' possession.
You can see 2 down there. Doesn't look too good.
We're going to have Medical rushing onto the field
Medical
here.
rush is over.
That's Aloe doing a little bit of a heroic play, but falls over.
Doesn't look too good. Huddled over in pain. Now these are tough players here, but that was a tough fall. We mentioned 2 didn't look too golden. I believe it was the first or second quarter of the game. We noticed getting tripped up, maybe a possible rolled ankle. It seems maybe something's been exacerbated or exaggerated past this. Can only hope they're well enough to continue on for the last 5 minutes and 51 seconds as Seneca lead by 1 point, 45-44.
Single point
here at the Jack Doyle Athletic Center. We'll take a quick break here as we let the player and the medical assistant figure out what they want to do. I'm Owen O'Kelly, joined by Lucas Gallen.
We'll be right back. All right, folks, and we are back. Getting it lifted off the court here. The play will continue. Mitchell running the ball up the court. Lots of open ground in front of her. Playing just outside the 3 line. Getting boxed out here. Moving into the key. Shoots for 2 and sinks it in.
And that's what we want. And with that, the Wolves take the lead.
By 1 point.
By 1 point, but that's the exciting stuff here, Lucas. It's truly anybody's game.
Very strong lineup here. Mendoza holding the ball in the middle, but passing off to the far wings. Almost gets it in. And the second attempt, but it gets tapped out. Miller's there on it. Off to number 8 here for the Wolves, Hurst. Hurst passing off to the wings, but does not look before she passes. The no-looker. Quick full court pass from the Seneca. She's in the key. What's she going to do? And she tries to go for a layup, but is unable to get it. She falls over.
They let her into that key really, really easy, Lucas. They really need to watch out for these players.
It's going to be a free throws. This could be very detrimental for the Wolves. Again, Seneca opting to have their players speak to the coach instead of get the rebound. First one's good, tying up the match at 46 all. See the second free throw, 5 minutes, 2 seconds on the clock here. 7:36 our time. Second one's good, back to being up by 1.
Still a 1-basket game.
Miller being challenged, lots of aggression here from Seneca.
As you know, both teams are desperate here. They need to keep a cool head, the Wolves. And Miller dukes them.
Nice plays from Miller, but it's bumped out. We're seeing the coach for the Sting being livid, but his last touch from Seneca.
Absolutely. Like we say, the coach is the most more animated than the players.
Very animated in his reactions.
Great pass, very open, number 15 for the Wolves.
McNarma falls.
Picks up. McNarma falls over, pass over to number 6.
I apologize, it's Coggin, not McNarma.
Yeah, apologies, that is Coggin.
Number 8 catches the ball right after the buzzer. One-on-one, Miller. And these layups have been so detrimental. Number 3 off to number 11, trying to get another layup and not able to make it. That's going to be another 2 free throws for Seneca. Very unfortunate.
That's
Again,
not what they want to see.
They're going in the imaginary box around each player. They're putting their hands.
Yep,
And when she went for the jump,
they're looking for some of these blocks. They're blocking it as best they can, unfortunately, leading to these fouls. Especially with a score like this, free throws are something you really don't want to see.
lots of excitement here from the Wolves crowd. Wish I was hooked up to the speaker system. You know, I could get them to say, make some noise, you know.
You coming for that announcer position, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm coming for him with his little Facebook glasses, his Meta glasses. Goes for the second throw, and it sinks it in.
There's now a 2-point lead for the Seneca Sting.
Me personally, I still think this is, easily to be come back because, a basket is 2 points. One
Very
basket
true.
evens out the match.
Still very much anyone's game. It's not exciting.
Exciting, yes.
Not as exciting.
Miller in the key, tries to shoot it out for 2, but
Please pardon my cursed tongue, as I can't seem to speak. Get the thoughts out.
you speak parcel tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't talk to snakes. I'm sorry.
We don't talk to snakes. My bad.
Oh! That's going to be another free 2 points for Seneca. Up
The
by
Wolves
4.
just couldn't see that interception coming. Now up by 4. We've seen this deficit before. Can they come back in the next 4 minutes?
Mitchell in the key, passing off to number 5. Unable to get the basket that she needs. Sitting right outside the 3 line. Number 14 playing a little bit of tic-tac-toe, passing it. Not a lot of movement, just passes. But number 8 goes for a shot, goes for another shot, and does not go in. 2 for 2 on missing those shots in the key right now. And is that, can't believe my eyes, is that going to be another free throw? My Lord.
Very unfortunate to see, Lucas. Dominic Pierre for the Seneca Sting, 5 and 12, leading to a 41.7 free throw percent chance.
Statistically, she does not make this. And the stats never lie.
Stats never lie and numbers never lie.
Right?
They may try to dissuade us, but they never truly lie.
I mean, they do lie. Like the real numbers. Is there a fake number? Because those real numbers exist, right? Oh.
Square root of -1. Imaginary numbers.
The existence of imaginary numbers. We have our match right here. I don't know what I was going to segue into. Number 22, Mitchell. Passing it off to the far wing, the 3. Okay, Wolves maintaining the possession, but there's 2 on 1, and it's blocked out. Nice.
Amazing play.
I think this gets turned over again.
Interception from interception.
Another turnover. Number 24 trips. My gosh. Into the key, throws it up, almost made it in, would have been detrimental.
You wouldn't believe it.
1-on-1, Mitchell.
If we told you it happened. You wouldn't believe us.
22 tries to throw it in, but boxing the players out of the ball. It's going to be Wolves possession.
2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining on the final quarters. It's 46-51, a deficit of 5 points. We've seen the Wolves come back from worse deficits in this match alone. Can they find the calm in the storm that is the Sting?
Getting a timeout call for the Wolves. Timeout called by the Wolves.
That is a great time to make that call, I think. With none of their timeouts having been used in this final half, they really need to utilize all the meetings they can muster. Need to get the team refocused and really get away from this Sting aggression and try to take on the storm that is Seneca.
Just hoping to see them even the match out. Right now, all it is 5 points. 5 measly little points. 30 seconds left in this timeout. They'll have one more timeout after this. I don't know if the Wolves will use it. We'll have 2 minutes on our regulation time here. Very exciting stuff, Owen. Do you have any closing thoughts after we end this timeout?
Only that it's a terrific nail-biter of a game. These basketball games, the women seem to be giving us the nail-biter matchups, and it's really exciting to see where this match might go tonight, Lucas. It truly is a broken record here, but I'm still saying it is anyone's game.
Getting off of our timeout. Players coming on to the court. I'm not too familiar with this song. I was going to try and Shazam like I always do, be a little Shazam guy. Is it Snoop? He's doing a little Snoop Dogg dance.
Not too sure myself. I know I've definitely heard it a million times.
I mean, they play it a million times here. Great half-court pass off to Miller on the 3-line, trying to move it into the key. Fancy movement, and we get a nice little 2 points. Owen clapping, can't hold his excitement.
Can't contain my excitement here, Lucas. It's too close. It's too close of a matchup.
Going for little kicks. Number 5 on the Wolves, off to number 8, moving into the key, right in the paint. Does not get it in. Unfortunate. Number 8 has had an unfortunate night on this
and they're
quarter.
Desperate for it. 3 attempts at a layup, and that third one finally goes in.
May have an injury here, but she gets right back up. Unfortunate. Still 5-point deficit. And the substitution. McNarma coming on. And the number 11, Harvey, is coming off. This is free throws coming in for number 11. I believe that is 1 free throw. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leverage. Free throws up. And nice sink, down by 6. Only 1 free throw. Off to Mitchell.
Dare I say the Wolves are even too excited to get the rebound as their attempts at it are setting them up for these free throw fouls.
Number 10 shoots it, but it gets bumped out by Seneca. You keep mentioning they got to play slow. That's how you get their baskets, their points. But right now, I don't think they have time to play slow.
They truly do. It's do or die right now, Lucas. You're absolutely right.
That's where Algonquin seems to be struggling, is in the fast game. McNarma trying to reach for it, but he gets knocked out. Seneca turnover. More shouting from the Seneca coach. Close game here, down by 6. 2 minutes on the clock. Directing traffic, number 3 getting blocked out. Boxed out. Faking the throw, number 14 has a 3. Buzzer beater 3 does not make it. McNarma with possession. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell, close wing. Off to McNarma. McNarma past the 3-line, shoots, does not get anything. Back to number 10. Number 10 passes off into the key and gets kicked out. This is going to be throw in here. Again, down by 6. 2 threes is all it takes. Nice steal from Mitchell. Open court. And gets it in.
A nice, easy 2 points. And that's what they have to do. They have to mimic that aggression, but keep that calm and coordinated effort.
Off to number 8 for the Sting. 1:30 on the clock, but
Great
Miller
work.
catches it.
Great interception from Miller.
Mitchell on the far wing, on the close wing here, sorry, off to Miller. Miller moving into the paint. Gets caught, number 10, gets the rebound, does not get anything out of it. My Lord. Unfortunate. McNarma using her lengthy arms, her huge wingspan to try and block out any attempts. Using the 10 seconds on the shot clock to number 14. Off to the far wing, shoots for 3, does not sink it. 22 Mitchell holding the ball all the way up to Miller. And a nice little layup.
Great layup for Miller there. And you know, I wasn't seeing it. She needed that speed in order to get there. But we need speed here in order to tie up the game. And let's hope to see it.
That's going to be a foul. Foul called. I believe it's going to be free throws. Timeout. Timeout, and we will come back from the timeout. It'll be free throws for Seneca. So far, anybody's game here. In a perfect world, they only get 1 throw, maybe 0. And we score a 2.
In a perfect world, Lucas.
Is this a perfect world?
Certainly, again, depends on who you ask.
It sure does. Such excitement here today, Owen.
True, an exciting match, and certainly one we would expect to see by the number 3 and number 2 East Division ranked teams here. The OCAA. A great way to start off our evening of basketball with such a close score, Lucas.
I just keep looking at the Seneca coach. Such passion. I don't know how much I'm going to milk that, but I'm just so wowed by what I'm seeing. It's like the
Definitely some determinism there.
yeah. Let's see how these free throws come about. Yes, free throws indeed. 2 throws.
Number 2 for the Sting.
Throws up. Sinks the first. Down by 3 are the Wolves. Second free throw coming up. Wore my lucky socks today, Owen. Not lucky enough.
Too lucky, I would say.
Too lucky, yes.
It's rubbing off on the opposite team as they're now down by 4 points, 30 seconds. Can they do it?
Mitchell trying to move it off to McNarma. McNarma in the paint, shoots for 2. Does not get it in. But gets caught by the Wolves.
Very good rebound. Not sure where that was going.
And I think we have a whistle blown. That's going to be another free throw. 2 free throws, though. And
Curious as to how the Wolves are giving it up to the free throws for Seneca.
it's
A
unfortunate.
little too easily. Very unfortunate.
It's just rubbing it in at this point. Nothing but net there.
Truly a beautiful swish.
14 seconds on the clock. I think, hate to hit this guy, but I think it is over.
Unfortunately, I hate to be the guy and agree with you here, Lucas.
Especially if the second one sinks in. 15
Still
seconds to
anywhere
go.
Prove us wrong, Wolves.
Mitchell moving it into the paint. Unable to get the 2 points. 3, 2, and 1. What a strong match.
A huge upset, especially if you ask any of us up here on the broadcast team. But what a game. what a time. A great workout for the Sting here, and a terrific effort from our Algonquin Wolves. They really gave it their all. They found some of their footing there towards there, just in the second and third quarter. They really started to come back. Unfortunately, they could not keep up the pace, and the Sting just a little too aggressive to match up with the Wolves' coordination. And I think that's what won the game for the Sting here.
It was a venomous Sting for the Wolves here. Very unfortunate, but they did play well. There was just a few holes, I think they had multiple free court situations. They just handed off to Seneca for free.
Getting the free throw penalty in the offensive zone.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it, and especially a terrible play and a terrible foul to incur on your opponent. It's so close to the end when you were trailing by only so little, but still a very impressive game. We'll be back in about 20 minutes, folks, for the men's game. Same teams, Wolves versus Sting. I'm Owen O'Kelly doing your color commentary. With me, as always,
Lucas Gallen, the one and only, folks. We'll be right back for the men's matchup, once again against Seneca. Don't go anywhere. We'll be waiting.
I woke up this morning